Hi, my name's Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where we are playing the Metroid Prime Randomizer and recording it all on VHS so far. Let's do a quick take stock of things. We got all our beams. Hooray. We got most of our Morph Ball stuff. We only need Spider Ball for the Morph Ball. Look at that. We have all our suits. That's good news. We have a good chunk of energy tanks. We got all our visors. And we have a bunch of secondary items, including a wave buster, but we don't have a charge beam to go with that, so that's a little unfortunate. Also, we're rocking that that fusion suit. Well, hey. Oh, and yeah, we are in Phase on Mines, and no. So yeah, we're getting to the point where things are worrisome. Yeah, that's probably the best way to put it. It's like everything's been going pretty good. We've had a pretty kind seed for the most part so far. I think probably the meanest stuff that we've had is location of the space jump, which was honestly not that bad. It was just like it needed power bombs, and it was what? No, hold on. Heck, I'm confusing seeds now. I think this was the one with space jump underneath, like the tunnel. What you power bomb? Right. I can't charge up, so I can't just freeze these dudes. When in doubt, set it on fire. So anyway, no, was it? Heck, I don't remember. I think power space jump was on, yeah, the fiery shores. No, tunnel. What you use a power bomb to explode the tunnel, and go underneath it, and you need space jump to get out, but you get space jump from there. So, oh boy, that was an interesting play. That may have been our meanest thing, honestly. Like, I think everything else has been fairly straightforward. Oh wait, no, the Morph Ball bombs. That was what I was leading into. Oh, these things suck to fight without charge beam. So, yeah, Morph Ball bomb required grapple beam and double jump. And technically X-ray visor. I think we got visor pretty early though. We got all these things really early and like without too much trouble. But like the trick was that we had Morph Ball bombs tucked away in an easily missable location, basically. Up at the top of that one place that I don't remember the names of those places because it like never comes up. But anyway, overall, seed hasn't been too bad. It's been kind in that troubling way where everything opened up real fast, real hard. That's not what I wanted. But because so much is now open, it doesn't provide a lot of guidance in terms of like where to go next. So we are we done with we're pretty much done with Vendrana. We left Thardis because I don't want to fight Thardis without charge beam, but we might have to go back and do that because we need that spider ball. We know that super missile is locked behind Spider Ball in Vendrana. We know that this is a missile. But anyway, that's enough recap. That's a purple door. I hate these ceiling doors so much. They never work quite right. Also, not great to have to deal with without, you know, charge beam. It'll be fine. At some point I tuned into like a bit of a speed run sort of thing, and they were doing some sort of AI manipulation on these large pirates. I don't know exactly how it works, and I don't remember the details of it entirely, but it looked like they were just like standing, basically like circling in such a way that like they're always at like just the right spot. That's Spider Ball, hooray! Okay. Well, that's Spider-Ball. Yeah, it looks like you can just kind of AI lock those the elite pirates to just kind of turn in place and not do anything of particular importance. But anyway, so we got Spider-Ball right there. And why is Spider-Ball super important? And could you please stop shooting at me? I'm busy. So anyway, Spider-Ball basically means that we're not going to get soft lock down here. And that's real nice. So that means we have, just running through things in my head real quick, we shouldn't need... We shouldn't need super missiles for anything currently. Again, it kind of all comes down to which room is... which rooms do we have to go into, and what's inside them? Hoi. I really would like to see what the actual mechanism is that the Space Pirates use for all of these, like, boost ball interfaces. So yeah, this is where we would have needed to turn around for spider ball purposes. I might still turn around. Yeah, I'm going to turn around because quite frankly, I don't want to go into that room in that direction because that direction's dumb. We're gonna go in the back way. My dudes, I already killed you. So, brief aside for Tales from Another Seed. At some point, like, this is, I've talked about the seed a couple times. At some point, I did decide to play without, yep, that's not great. That's not great. This is fine. I did a seed where I turned off the any suit gives fire protection. And what that ended up doing is forcing me down to phase on mines real early. Which, that was a hoot. And as part of that whole situation, it meant that I was down here with, like, 2 energy tanks. And I gotta say, I mean, I was at half life right there. But yeah, like, it's real easy. Like, I'm coming in here with, what is that? That looks like 10 energy tanks and, you know, all the suits. And, like, coming in here with 1 suit and 2 energy tanks, that's a raw deal. Just flat out. Things do a lot of damage, especially those turrets. They will just wreck your day, quite simply. If I remember correctly, that was an energy? Yeah. That's always nice. I thought it was an energy tank. So I thought it was going to be worth grabbing. Didn't think it was just a missile. Dang it. Happens way too often. Any chance, can I scan that? Nope. Okay, so, at this point, like, the only key and lock sort of thing that we're missing is super missiles, which we know where to find the super missile beam combo, but we still need charge beam for that. It's fully possible that we don't even need super missiles to finish the seed. So, yep, come on. What's up, dude? Alright, well, we're doing real good on energy. For the most part, we're, like, doing real good on, like, everything. Let's use the right type of bomb. That helps. Ah, dang it. It slipped. Alright, well, at least we'll need to go up one layer. Oh, I miss being a kid when tapping for that long didn't, you know, mildly hurt. That's really the worst part of not getting charge beam early on, is just, it is just strain on the wrist, and that sucks. Alright, well, what was supposed to happen is I was supposed to, you know, stop on that level, turn the thing, and then I could just turn this one, which actually it's already turned, isn't it? Way. And then just starting at the top makes this puzzle so much less obnoxious, because it's like, you just, you get to skip so many steps. Just flat out. Okay, so let's keep going. Well, there's flamethrower. Again, doesn't quite do us a whole lot of good yet without charge beam. Okay. We get to fight this guy with a lot of tippity tappins. Right, I forgot to cover in the kind of recap. Here's how we're doing. We only need like 3 more artifacts, and they're all down here in Phase on Mine. I think it's one of the transport tunnels. It's Metroid Quarantine B and maybe Metroid Quarantine A? No, one of them was the Elite Quarters. Dude, come on. That was interesting. Just got myself lodged right up halfway up his little chamber there. Please. Can you put down the shield? Put down the shield. Put down the shield. This is where we run into... Forgot that actually will eventually tell you it's Bendesium. Running into the slight annoyance of... Oh good, you're just regular pirates still. Losers. So, we only have 3 power bombs, which is usually not too bad, but it certainly could be better. And unfortunately, we saw that the core power bomb unlock. That is charge beam. Yes. Boy howdy, that's real good. Unfortunately, we don't have, super missiles, because those are back in Phendrana, which we could go grab. How much do I want super missiles before I continue further into Bazon? Because the thing is, we might not need super missiles at all to finish the seed, but they're real nice. They are one of those real nice to haves. You know what? I'm gonna just call this fortuitous routing. Let's go back, grab let's grab our oh no. Dang it. That was... I mentioned this in the vanilla Metroid Prime playthrough, that the spider ball can just be like a nuisance when it comes to camera angles and controls. Like that is definitely something that's like they did their best. They did not nail it by any measure. And yep, sure did get trolled by the camera angle / controls angle right there at the end of everything. So let's try that again. We're gonna go up to Phendrana. We might end up fighting Thardus. I think we're going to have to fight Thardus. Are we going to have to fight Thardus? Yeah, we'll have to fight Thardus. But we have Charge Beam, so that makes it drastically less of a nuisance. Okay, this is getting to the point where the dark's being real dark. Again, like, I don't know why the brights are so... I know why the brights are so bright. But, like, I don't know why it's... The range is just, like, real stupid bright to real stupid dark. All right. Plan is we want to go through like basically we're going up to Vendrana through this route here. Need ice beam out anyway, so can't do that. The good news is these dudes have like a guaranteed drop for power bombs, or at least one on each side does. You can consistently get a power bomb to get through there. Okay, come on. Yep, there we go. Alright. You know what? I'm done with your nonsense. I have a charge beam. Rip. You know, there's something I hadn't quite considered, but I think it'll be fine. Because going through the back way to Thardis, like, leaving through that door, I don't think is an issue. But we will need our super missile to come back. So that's fun. Alright, we're gonna try one thing real quick. No. Okay, so there is also like a way to maneuver around this room to not have to fight Thardis. I don't know what that is. Didn't make it. Yes, it's a big spooky rock. Oh no. Oh, also, I should point out, Plasma Beam does just tear Thardis up. Because as it turns out, Plasma Beam does a lot of damage. And so much of Thardis's boss status does just require... like, they are expecting you to not have so many of the tools that you have at this time. I said that weird. There are a lot of tools that in the vanilla game you wouldn't have at this time, because of course you wouldn't. Like, of course you're not going to have Plasma Beam at this point in the game. Boy, howdy, that really is blown out a lot. Yes, yes. You're an angry rock. We get it. So there we go. Thordis is done. And since we already know where Super Missile is, we know we're not going to get anything important. At best, it's going to be an energy tank. It's probably a missile, because it's always a missile. Oh my goodness, and since we have Charge Beam, we can absorb things. Unless they're dropped by a boss, apparently. Oh, that's disappointing. It's like, I'm finally going to get to absorb some stuff. Oh. Okay, door, where'd you go? There you are. So yeah, Thordis, when you have like all the appropriate equipment, specifically, you know, thermal visor and say, you know, plasma beam and charge beam, it's not a bad fight. It's kind of a nuisance because he still has his like fits in the middle and you're just kind of sitting there waiting. Still tapping. I don't need to be tapping anymore. Alright, so we just need to go down to this other room here. Through this room I always forget even exists. And we need to be up there. Alright, well, in terms of detours, this little 10-minute detour has been effective enough. Alright, the only missile combo that we're missing are, that would be... We're missing Ice Spreader, which is kind of a shame, because Ice Spreader is the other one that I tend to use. We do have Wave Buster, which is pretty useful at times. I don't know if we're going to have any of those times. That's just missiles. Don't need it. Good. And now to turn around and go back the way we just came. Oh, hey. I never fought the Sheegoth, so there's still ice bats here. That's a surprise. Come on, get to where I can shoot you. Alright, I'm going to call it incredibly lucky that Spider Ball and Spider Ball and Charge Beam were both in Phase on Mines. It is especially lucky where they were. And it is extra super duper lucky that I decided, you know what, I should take this detour over towards this room to where we found the Charge Beam. That I very nearly was not going to go that direction. It was just like, yeah, let's just keep going. Granted, all of this detour out here to get Charge Beam and Super Missiles, and also fight Thardus, I guess. There's the question of how much of that was actually necessary. And it might turn out that it wasn't at all. But at the very least, I have these things in case I need them. I am going to destroy boxes, though, because, boy howdy, some power bombs would be great. Alright. Back down in a Phase on Mines, we should be able to grab everything. Are we going to end up wrapping today? It'd be mildly upsetting if we did. Because then we'll have an even number of episodes. And that's not Prime. Specifically, even and not 2. Important to know for certain things in Final Fantasy XIV. 1 is not Prime. Alright. Halfway through that sentence, and then my brain started, like, playing tricks on me of just like, but wait, you're about to say something wrong. It's like, no, we say it every time we go into this one boss fight because it's important to know for that boss fight. I should explain maybe a little bit. There's a boss fight somewhere in Final Fantasy XIV that is leveling referred to as Mathbot, and it is a robot that at some point in the fight will set your health to like a very low number, and then tell you, hey, I want this number, so like I want multiples of 5 or primes or something along those lines. Yes, there we go. And basically there are like little puddles on the ground of numbers that will add like 1, 2, 3, or 4. I think it goes up to 4 to your health total. And basically, if you don't do the thing... If you do the things right, you get a... which way is it? It's either you do the things right, you get a buff for damage that makes the rest of the fight go a lot faster, and that means it goes a lot safer because there's less time that you'll be fighting a dangerous boss. It's either that or you get a debuff that just makes things more dangerous. I don't remember which one it is. It's one of the two. But anyway, one of the callouts is, I want primes. So it's important to know, like, what of the first few numbers are prime. Like, I think you can go up to... I don't think it gets into double digits. I don't even think... Like, I think it might even stop at 8. Like, I think at best your health is 4. Maybe 5? But yeah, I don't think it gets into the double digits, and if it does, it doesn't get very far into the double digits. But it's a fun little math test in the middle of this boss fight. And it's such a fun boss. It's such a fun boss. It's like one of those fights that does like a lot of interesting stuff, and like it's there's reason for all of the math nonsense in it. Like it's tucked away in the Final Fantasy Tactics / Final Fantasy 12 / Vagrant Story. What's... How we doing? Good. Hey, beam change. Let's... Anyway, like, this is all thematic and junk because Final Fantasy Tactics had a mathematician had a mathematician class that, it's such a weird class. Because it does pretty much that sort of mathbot thing of just like, I'm going to deal damage to, like, you set your targeting based off of I think you get to decide what the targeting is based off of, but it is very much like, I am going to target everybody whose health is divisible by 5, or something along those lines. I've never really played with that class because it's like, it's one of those like real far in there classes. Oh, by the way, since we have X-ray, we can just see this guy just flying around now. And we can see his shield. And we can see when to shoot because the shield is down. So I haven't really talked about softlocks too much this episode because we're almost out of, like, at this point we're out of softlock territory. Almost. This is kind of the last chance softlock. You need to do this puzzle. If you don't do this puzzle, then the game can softlock. Like, the next door just will explode or something. I don't know. I know from watching... It's like, either I read it or I was, like, watching some speedrun race sort of thing. And they mentioned it. So it was either read it in the, documentation about, like, hey, here's things you need to know about the randomizer, or it was from watching one of, like, the randomizer races. But you need to do that. You need to get this item because otherwise, like, next door just the game will just softlock because reasons. I don't know entirely why. I just know it's a thing. So if you do pick up the randomizer, I highly recommend reading through the things to know stuff, like the things, what will tell you, which checks can soft lock you, like where a lot of the soft locks end up being. Just gonna go through this room real quick. But yeah, having the list of like, here are locations where you can soft lock yourself, or like the list of points of no return. Reading through that and keeping it handy for like your first run or two is really useful. Because again, like, it is kind of real easy to end up soft locked in this, and like I find that fine. And like a lot of that just comes down to how Metroid works. Like they are just expecting you to have. They're expecting you to have things, and if you don't have the things, then, well, you know what? You probably shouldn't have been there. But yeah, this game does value your knowledge of, like, situations that you want to avoid. I'm real worried there for a second that I had goofed up that, that jump. Alright, so I think, let's double check the list real quick. Quarantine B, Phase on Mining Tunnel, Elite Quarters. I probably should have scanned that map room, honestly, that we just walked by. Oh, jeez. Jeez. Okay. In other news, the map is running real smooth right now, which is, that's nice. These are processing. Okay, so yes, that is... Everything is deeper. I'm just gonna not deal with this... the check in this room. Wonder, can I see it from here? And it looks like it's just a missile. Anyway, yeah, like, keeping that list handy of just, like, here's situations that you can lock yourself, you know, end up soft locked. It's real handy your first couple runs. Oh, you poor thing, you. One regular old pirate. Ooh, that's nice. So we're up to 4 power bombs. Okay, so this is Fungal Hall A. Still hate it here. These rooms. Just getting through them, hopping across mushrooms, and then just like having that grapple go bad is always just the worst. The worst. Okay, so here's where we're at. Episode timer's ticking up pretty fast. But like, honestly, I don't know that there's going to be like enough, you know, of the game for more than this. Like, even if I were to cut the episode now, which I can't because I need a save point. Like, even if I cut the episode right now, like, I don't think there'd be enough left of the game to, like, get an episode out of. Like, ultimately, it's going to be this, you know, 10-minute detour to get, you know, super missile that I probably actually didn't need. Okay, so this is Fungal Hall B. Alright. That tastes better. Did I just, like, fall into this hole? Like... Alright, so it felt like I just kind of fell through the hole over there that maybe a missile didn't open it. I'm not entirely sure because just everything was stuck on everything. Who knows? Anyway, we don't need a missile refill. We just need to get out of here. Beware the invisible bamboo. Is this Metroid? Yes, this is Metroid Quarantine B, which does mean, I was right, we do need Super Missile. Hooray! That detour was in fact actually worthwhile. It is nice to feel validated. Ah, jeez. Okay. I don't see where the platform is. That leaves one more artifact, which is in Elite Quarters, which I couldn't remember where that was. I think that's going to be Omega Pirate. So at this point, all we need to do is fight Omega Pirate and then Meta Ridley, and that's it. That's the game. Because, again, settings-wise, I turned off the Impact Crater because fighting Metroid Prime, like, it's kind of, yeah. I don't wanna. This is all that really turns into. Like, long story short, I don't wanna. I like to just get, like, Meta Ridley is the last, like, real hard fight. And, like, yep. And that's basically what everything comes down to. Is Meta Ridley's, like, the real hard fight. Alright, what flavor? There we go. That's what Make Pirate done. And we're going to be going over and killing Meta Ridley, and then we're calling it a day. And that's it for the rando. It's been an interesting little seed. It's not been particularly rough. It's not been particularly difficult, honestly. Like, it's like the meanest things were just like that it opened up everything so early. Like, that's really about it. It's just like, it just opened everything really early so that we had, we could just kind of go anywhere. But I think we kind of lucked into a lot of fortuitous things. Let me just whiff all of my jumps on the way out. But yeah, like, I feel like we lucked into a lot of a lot of what we needed. There could have been a lot more just back and forth between all of the different areas and everything. Like, this was a pretty straightforward seed, to be frank. Oh boy, you're still regular pirates. You poor sods. Nope, can't make that jump. Oh boy. Oh buddy. Oh boy. Do hate this room. Do hate this room. We'll just X-ray visor, I guess, all the way home. Alright, X-ray certainly helps here. I'm gonna miss. Oh, dang it. Ah, dang. Oh, buddy. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry for this room. Like, I'm just not platforming it right. Like, just completely goofing. Can I just... Nope. No, I cannot just do that. And in fact, because I touched the wall, it kicked me out slightly. We're going up again. We okay. No more tricks, no more shenanigans. Let's just focus, do the thing. I'm glad this didn't happen in the vanilla Metroid series. A lot. Like, oh boy. Okay, so let's just go. 1, 2. We're just gonna take it easy. Just gonna take that thing out now, so it doesn't shoot us off of a ledge. Nice. Focused platforming. We're not going to miss this platform. I'm now really stressing about missing this platform. See, the worst part of this is I looked at the episode clock, both at the start of that room and at the end, and oh boy, it feels bad. Oh boy. Come on, stop getting stuck on random corners. Game? Okay. Alright, well, good news is we don't have to do this puzzle at all. Thanks for breathing fire on me, mate. Jeez, okay. Need to shake that off. Just, that entire sequence just felt real bad. Real bad. So overall, I feel like we've got... Let's see, we're missing about 22 missile... Yeah. So we're missing, like, 22 missile pickups. We're missing 2 energy tanks. We ended up finding all of the beam combos. Is that it? Just like 24 items? So yeah, missing just 24 items, which is not bad. That does, of course, mean our item collecting percentage is going to be like 70%, somewhere around there. I don't think it's... Excuse me. I don't think it's quite 1-to-1 percentage to item. I might be wrong though. Oh no, it's Ridley. Alright. Now's the time to be disappointed because Ridley's doing a dive bomb run, so we can't shoot him during this time. So just sit in the corner and wait. Oh good, he landed. That was a very cooperative Ridley. That was kind of ridiculous. He didn't do any of the charge attacks. Like usually when I fight Ridley in the randomizer, like I get stuck in the a loop of him doing the constant charge attacks, and those things do just so much damage, and like, if he just keeps doing it, like, it's also just kind of a pain to dodge. It's really easy for that to go wrong. But, like, that was a super cooperative Ridley. Just flat out, just like, raw, oh no, I'm exposed. But, yeah, that's it. That's the randomizer. So, well, hey, we get to watch the credits, listen to that good music again. Anyway. So, yeah, the seed was ultimately pretty kind. Like, again, like, really the hardest part of it was just, like, it opened up so much. But, like, so much of when a seed opens up that much, it's just, like, it's best to just focus on an area, it seemed. Like, is that true? I don't know. There was not a lot of, like, reading the seed in this one. It was very much just, like, oh, hey, I can, like, now that I have this item, I can go here, and also that gives me this item, and this item, and this item, and now I can go everywhere, okay. And yeah, that's kind of how the seed went, was just like, oh, everything's open, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to, like, focus on each area in a you know, in sequence of, I'm going to go through Findrana and do everything I can there that's going to, like, exclude these 3 checks. So there was just, like, I didn't have a lot of, what ended up, there's this concept of orphan items, where it's just, like, items that you leave behind, that are just, like, you don't check what they are, you don't pick them up, you maybe can't pick them up at the time, and they end up orphaned. So, those orphans can really come back to bite you, when it turns out that one item is, like, the item you needed. I was stressing at the end of the last episode about, oh no, there was this one check back in Chozo Ruins that was a boost ball locked item that I forgot to check. And yeah. this ends up being a straightforward seed. Like, all in all, very straightforward seed. Very lucky with some of those item pulls. Here we go. They had this in the credit sequence of major item locations. So thermal visor being in lava lake, X-ray visor at the crash site, Avarius in storage cave. Right, Phazon suit was in gravity chamber where gravity suit usually is. Gravity suit was just in the ruined shrine. Boost ball and fiery shores. Yeah, like. Wow, that doesn't look quite right. Not sure what's up with the visuals on that scene, but anyway. Cool. So yeah, I said probably about 24 items, which is not quite. It's a little over 1% per item. But well, hey, there we go. We did it. We beat the randomizer, and now I have to come up with something else to play. We'll see. We'll see what's coming next. It shouldn't be more Metroid Prime. Maybe Metroid Prime 2. I'm not taking that off the table, but yeah, we've done Metroid Prime, we've done the randomizer. I'll move on to something different. Which may or may not be Metroid Prime 2, but Metroid Prime 2 is not Metroid Prime. So, yeah, again, we're getting this kind of weird visual aesthetic here. What is going on with that? This has to be something about like my kind of weird setup, which, again, I do record legitimately on like actual VHS. Which, let me stare at the VCR and make sure I hit the record button. Yeah, basically the process of that is my laptop doesn't actually have an HDMI out, so it has a USB-C that needs a USB-C to like dongle that then has HDMI out. So it's a USB-C to HDMI. The HDMI goes into a converter from HDMI back to, I believe it's RCA, the red, yellow, white wires, and basically it's 2 converters plugged into a VCR, and then recorded on tape, and then at some point it basically goes back through a different VCR, because that gives me some of the extra grain and some of those extra fun, like when I was using the same VCR for a very short while, but for recording and playback, it was giving me just too clear of a picture, and it didn't have that vibe that I was looking for. So yeah, it goes through a different VCR that then because that has RCA out, that then has to go through a different converter that converts RCA to HDMI, that then gets plugged into my capture card, which then plugs into USB, and then at this point, because my old capture card stopped working, basically its drivers are just an absolute nightmare to install, and anyway, old capture card drivers are a nightmare. New capture card, which is not really that much newer, it's just a different one, different capture card. The recording software that comes with it is garbage. It's just flat out super mega garbage. There were some real rough episodes in the middle of Metroid Prime where it just garbled all of the footage. Just real bad jank. So I'm using OBS instead, because OBS records it just fine. I don't know what is going on in this software that is so terrible. But it's real bad. It's really bad. So, well, hey, that's there you go. A little bit behind the scenes of how things get from my computer onto VHS to get back onto my computer. It's a weird round trip. Why do I do this? The answer is nostalgia lens, and it's a vibe I'm looking for. But yeah. Anyway, what is going on with this? Again, there's got to be something about like the various filters, because I don't think it looks like this if I just have this on like my main screen and not on the CRT across the room. Oh boy. Anyway, well, hey, we did it. Seed wasn't bad. Kind of disappointed it wasn't a little bit more rigmarole. Those seeds are probably the more fun ones, in all honesty. Like the ones that come down to just like raw execution, they're fine. But they're not. I don't know. Like it really kind of depends on what you want to get out of the rando. And this one can go. This one can kind of have pretty wild swings between the ones where it's like puzzling out, okay, I have these items where can I go next, to just like the, okay, I have all of the items now, I just have to execute on finding all of the artifacts. This one felt much more along the execution end than the puzzling. So anyway, let's wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Have yourself a lovely evening.